Hello, y'all. Um, that's my phrase to start off the thing. Welcome back to Currency. Hello, y'all. You're my audience. You're called y'all. Some people say like you're my dogs. I mean, some people have like a name for their audience. You guys are y'all. You guys are my dogs, but not really. Don't think of it like that or say it like that because you don't want to be a dog. And you don't want to be a dog because it's like, oh shit, this guy's a dog. Like this athlete. Oh, he's a dog. Like they say on Get Up on ESPN. I caught a few minutes of the show Get Up, sports analysis show on ESPN. Get Up like they're your mom or something. That's an aggressive name. Aggressive name for a show in the morning. Because you're not my mom. It's like, get up. I guess they're trying to do like the Nike thing where it's like just do it or something. That's what they're doing. ESPN is so much faux swag that it's challenging to be a part of it. It's challenging to watch it as an audience member. That's why I try to limit the faux swag when it's me. I mean, I control it, but because swag is real. And ESPN presents a lot of faux, like, you're dogs and whatever. Like, oh, these athletes are dogs. If they're dogs, it's like, okay, put them on a leash. Like, we need to take them for a walk. Like, they're idiots. If you're a dog, you're an idiot. And so it's not a good thing to call a person a dog. I like a human. That's what I would rather be called a human. Like, that's what we should be respecting, or the humans. Oh, they're a human. They got that human in them. Because, like, we respect a human. If you're a dog, it's not really, like, even fashionable to call people a dog straight up at this point. Like, that was popular, like, a year and a half ago for a bit. Like, ESPN is kind of stuck in the past, or like that they're chasing something that just isn't there. ESPN, like, Get Up. Oh, and look, we got a nice little cat that showed up. This is my Kevin Eubanks. Hi there, baby. This cat doesn't know no end to lovin'. It's loving has no end with this cat. I can't stop loving this cat. I love you. I love you. This cat's name is Leo. Leo, the cat. I love you, Leo. You can pet this cat all day. It'll never leave. It's amazing. It's really something to watch. It's really something. It's really amazing. It's really spectacular. I love this cat, and it is something else. I love you. I love you. Oh. Oh my. What's this? Didn't get... You want some more? What's going on? Oh, wow. That's really... Oh, shoot. I didn't know. Do we have a problem here? Is there a problem? Is there something... Do we have a problem? We have a problem, officer? Is there something you want? What do you think you're doing? Do you ever think about your actions, cat? You ever think? Huh? So you have to love yourself before you love others. No, you don't. You have to love yourself. I mean, you have to love yourself before you love someone else. Not necessarily. Like, if I love myself, I just give myself all the shit that I want, like, conveniently, easily. Like jerking off or something like that. It's like, I love myself. I'm jerking off. That's not... What's that gonna do for you with other people? Loving yourself is jerking off. It's more loving to share that with somebody else. But I know it's like, oh no, they're just talking about like you have to have self-esteem. Well, before you can go out into the world, you have to have self-esteem. So if you don't, sorry, just stay inside all the time. You can't, you're always just going to have hatred for everybody if you don't have the self-esteem to begin with. You have to love yourself. Like, there's no end to loving yourself. I guess there's people walking around like, I have succeeded at loving myself, and now I'm going to tell everybody else that I have the love. I've got the love, and now I've got it and then that's a gift I get to share. I've got love. I love myself. I don't think that I could ever get to a point where I'm like, oh yeah, I love myself. I did it. I don't think that happens. You have to love and hate yourself, because you have to punish yourself for things that you do that is bad, or else you're just like running rampant, like uncontrollable, just doing whatever. Like, oh, I love like, nobody is given the right to be that impulsive, to like love themselves. That's not right. People don't like it. It's like being a dog. Nobody is given the right to being a dog, to acting like a dog. I mean, I was just kidding when I made that connection, but I guess I'm being serious now. It's like nobody is allowed to act like a dog, actually. But like, we act like that's so respected, like that makes you somebody who's worthy of respect. It's the opposite as far as language is concerned. You would have to be a human for us to respect you. Like, I'm kind of more concerned with like, oh, hi, how are you doing? Just like, I'm going to my cousin's house, whatever, like, you can't come, I'm gonna go. Like, decisions people use in words and shit like that. Like, stuff that humans would say. Like, also, oh, I have to do my lawn. I have to mow my lawn. I respect somebody who can say those words over somebody who is a dog. I don't think that it is good to be a dog. That's my thesis. That's my conclusion. That's what I'm talking to you about. You gotta love yourself before you can love anything. Like, don't love yourself that much, though. Ew. Nobody should. But is it, it's not that. It's just like yourself is kind of gross. How do I feel towards myself? I feel like, I have a lot of hateful words for myself, but they're mostly just for fun, I guess. Sometimes I say to myself, like, oh, you dumb, insignificant cunt. Stuff like that. Sorry that I looked at the camera when I said that. I was trying to emphasize that I say to myself. I say to myself, you dumb, insignificant cunt. Nobody should take the time to pay attention to you. I say stuff like that, maybe, to myself. Nobody should ever. And also, you'd be hard-pressed to find somebody who doesn't think you're horrendous. You'd be hard-pressed to find somebody who wants to be around you. These words I say to myself, and they're so cutting, and they make me cry. I mean, they just, like, mean nothing. I say them to myself, they don't mean anything. That's why I say them. It's like, hurtful words. What's a hurtful fucking word, anyway? What's a hurtful word? Tell me. Let me know. You know what I mean? It's like, what do you mean? What do you mean you just criticized me? What do you mean I'm getting bullied right now? What are you talking about? What's a hurtful word? Like, what's something bad? What's something horrible? If you're somebody that doesn't give a fuck about horrible circumstances, what's bad? Like, what's a bad thing that what's a bad word? Tell me, let me know. I mean, like, Am I supposed to be offended? I can say whatever to myself, and like hearing it from someone else hurts, but it's like even if it stings, it's like what's the impact of that? Is it going to change me? Not anymore. I mean, only if you get wrapped up in a cult where they're like they're actually able to change your identity just by the things that they say to you. I mean, if you're outside of cults, it's like the same thing as being outside of criticism. If you're not going to get if you really actually are smart enough to not get caught into any cult or like any group, then you're smart enough to be outside of criticism, because criticism is just kind of like for the dumb a little bit. It's for the people that need to be felled, need to be proven to be a loser. Like, oh well, we all take our lumps, whatever, we all take our medicine and we all learn our loserly lessons because all of us are losers because we're all equal, and we're all dumb, like we're all remember like have a smart conversation about something, a philosophical in-depth conversation with somebody, and then the next day they're like, yeah, we were figuring out the world's answers yesterday, but like say it in a too sarcastic kind of way just to like belittle all of any philosophical discussion. Like she's like, yeah, we're a couple of stupid idiots to say all of that. They're like, we don't know anything. I don't like that attitude is not right. That's just an attitude of people who are captured by the cult of criticism and by the cult of cool, basically. Cool people that are like, oh, it's good to be a dog because dogs are always cool. Cats are always cool. That's another reason why we're like, we try to put that on people or try to say that that's cool. Like, it's a cool thing to be a dog and be called that as a person. Like, ooh, I'm a dog. I got the respect. That's what I say when people call me that. I'm like, ooh, wow, I get that cozy dog feeling. Nobody calls me a dog. Nobody does. I mean, sometimes they do. Actually, they have. Not nobody. Yeah, got called a dog, whatever. Yeah, no big deal. What? Raise the roof. Uh-huh. But then I ruin it with, like, being cringe or loserly. I'm not actually loserly. It's just for pretend. That doesn't mean I'm going to have, like, doesn't mean I'm going to walk around with the biggest dick energy is what I was going to say, but then I should just said the big dick. When I walk around, that doesn't mean I'm going to walk around with the big dick. That doesn't mean that coming bearing big dick is will I be doing. That doesn't mean I will have the big dick. Just because I like it doesn't, like, just because I act like it doesn't mean I have to act entirely loserly or entirely like I've got a big dick. Because those are opposites, remember? Either you're a loser or you have a big dick, and that's the way the world works. I mean, like, what people like to generalize it like that, like that's true. But, like, I'm a winner, and that's evident. But people might think that I'm casting out loser vibes. It's all a front because it's just like I need the evidence. Like, it's like an evidential, like, well, I'm innocent until proven guilty or something like, or like I do it the other way. Like, I'm guilty, but you find out that I'm innocent. And by innocent, I mean like, oh, he wasn't a bitch or whatever. The whole fucking thing about it's just like, oh, yeah. I mean, like, you might as well pretend to be something you aren't actually on the surface. Because, like, that's not actually true. People find out the truth ultimately, or at least they should if they're not liars. Like, you can pretend that the surface level is real. But the thing that I really am is is a guy with a ton of dick energy, not big or small. I'm just a dick. Dick. I have dick energy. That's a funny one. That's a good joke. I should use that. I've got dick energy. I'm a dick. You dick. I mean, I'd rather be a dick than a bitch. Because that's what I am a lot more so in reality. Like, I'd rather be a human than I am a dog. Don't hold me to these criticisms that make no sense, but then also criticizing me for being white, which makes all of the sense. White is the thing that I have known that I am for so very long. For so very long a time, I've known that I'm white. You would criticize me for this thing, like, ha ha ha, you're white. Like, you can act black all you want, but you're white. That the criticism of calling people white to hold them to their whiteness. Like, you're so white. Gotcha. When I'm already white and I already am that every day. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. But, like, not for them. It's hilarious to me. And not necessarily hilarious, it's just kind of, like, funny. Like, what is that criticism in this world of, like, where you're making fun of me for you might make fun of me for being a woman one day, which is the opposite of what I am. Now you're making fun of me for being white, and those are supposed to carry the same weight, or I'm supposed to be affected by these. Like, what is my reaction supposed to be? Like, tell me something. Tell me a terrible thing to say. Like, even if I know it's just like me telling it to myself, like, you're the most horrendous. Everybody is disappointed in you. Everyone you know is disappointed in you. I say things like that to myself. That doesn't mean it's worse. It's much worse somebody else telling you it, because, like, I get where all the shit I'm saying to myself is coming from, obviously. But even then, like, the criticism other people give to me, like, what am I supposed to react as? Am I supposed to sit here and look embarrassed, or like am I supposed, like, you know? Obviously, it's, like, all about being cool or whatever. It's like, I didn't even pay attention to that. What am I supposed to say to your critical words? Am I supposed to care? That, like, you're the, am I supposed to feel? What am I supposed to be, like, what's the extent of that? How am I supposed to care? Ultimately, how am I supposed to care about something that another person is calling me, or, like, alluding to that I am? It's like, you're kind of like this. I mean, like, but I see people care about it. That's the thing. It's like, I saw the Jonas Brothers went on Amy Poehler's podcast, and she roasted them for 2 hours, and they were just, like, visibly like, wait, why is she making fun of us? Like, she wasn't trying to make fun of them. She was just, like, it was just easy for her. Just like in her normal conversation, she was shit-talking them and roasting them the entire time, and it was awesome. She roasted the Jonas Brothers because she's, like, somebody who doesn't care about that bullshit. So she's just talking to them like, oh, you guys are silly. Like, you guys are 3 teddy bears, basically. I don't think she didn't, like, say that specifically, but she's roasting them the whole time. But it's like, I guess there's times where it's like criticism makes me visibly embarrassed. Are there? I mean, like, shouldn't people be more visibly embarrassed? That's the thing. Because it's like, the effect of it doesn't matter. The effect of criticism doesn't matter, so why wouldn't I be like, oh... When it just, like, let the impact of it hit you, nobody does that. Nobody lets it happen. Shouldn't people be upset about, like, why are you criticizing me? But also at the same time, like, it doesn't matter actually, because after, in the long run, it's like, why would you even go, especially when somebody goes out of their way to criticize you? Like, they are such a clown in that instance. Anybody who's like, oh yeah, when they go into, like, talking shit to you, when they've got a comment or they've got a zinger, where it's like, and that's why I don't really like roasting, like, like a planned roast, or even when I do stand up and then the fucking host says something to me before or after. I mean, it's all good. I like it. It's all great. Nothing. I don't want to dissuade anyone from whatever comments. It's just that, like, a zinger, you know. I don't know. I don't have any time to think about a zinger, since it's like, okay, like, if you have a zinger for other people to hear, for you to hear, like, I've got a zinger. I've got a burn that I burned you with. Sometimes it's just that sometimes, like, I mean, it's an art form, right? Sometimes it's just too planned, too staged sounding a burn that it's just like there's no. When it gets into that territory, it's like zinger territory. That just like that has no effect on people because we're all just like, yeah, sick burn. But like, hey, sick burn. I like that burn. We don't give any credit to Uncool. It's impossible to be, like, cool is a lie because we don't ever recognize Uncool. We don't ever say the whole spectrum of, like, you have to fill out the spectrum of other ranges and how that correlates to cool. Like, you have to fill out the social temperature spectrum, where it's like we already have defined what cool is on the social temperature spectrum. All right, since cool is a real thing, which it's not, but it's like, why do people keep upholding this lie? The reason it is very obviously a lie, cool is fake, because there's no warm, and everybody pretends warm doesn't exist. First of all, it's cryptic because people can't even identify that the opposite of cool is warm. It's not hot. The opposite of cold is hot. The opposite of cool is warm. This is a cryptic thing that the ideology of cool and its adherents use to their advantage to throw cool over everybody. But it's like they don't even know about the origin of the word. It's just like a mantra that people are saying. It's just like a mantra people are walking around saying, like Heil Hitler or something. It's just like a badge of honor that the group wears because it's like being cool means being part of the group or being part of the community. And I'm not talking about anybody specific. I'm literally just talking about cool. You might think I'm projecting my own situations into this. I'm talking about everybody in the world uses cool, but it's the world is the problem. The world is a closed society. The world is a cult. The world is a cult, and they don't like the unknown, and the unknown is like where uncool exists, but it's like we're not even defining uncool. Cool gets to be propped up with no competition, with no opponents to it. Like, oh, but what about warm? And the reason that you can't bring up warm, besides that it's easy to make people forget about warm because they can't identify the opposite of cool as warm. Besides that, that's part of it. The second that you try to make cool realistic, because it's not, the idea that cool means in the know, the second that you try to make it realistic, say, okay, so what does warm mean? Because that's what you would have to do, because shit has opposites. And people do the same thing with, like, Jesus. It's like, what's the opposite of Jesus? Oh, there isn't one. It's kind of like that. They do the same. It's like when the opposite is harder to define is when people get away with upholding these ideas for longer than they should. An idea like cool that is superficial. Because it's like, it's a bullshit idea. Because it's not related to the temperature in any way. The temperature came first, and cool in the know derived from the temperature. Nobody cares about what that link is. And they should, because you don't get to prop up, because otherwise you have this unfounded principle, which is like, cool. It's not tethered to anything. I mean, the shit that it is tethered to, everybody is ignoring on purpose, because they don't have to answer any questions about this idea, because they want to keep throwing it in front of people and acting like that's enough, and whatever it is. But, like, what I'm saying is that if you try to fill in the rest of the temperature spectrum, which I'm saying you have to do in order to make this real, because otherwise cool is just hanging out on its own, and that's an arbitrary range of temperature that people have decided is the thing that makes you in the know, and don't compare it to cold. There's no consensus about what cold is that anybody cares, or then in the other direction, neutral, because cool is a range of temperature. It's a spectrum within a bigger spectrum, and it ends somewhere. So it's like, okay, so what happens when cool people start to bleed into being neutral people? What happens, where is the line and whatever? Since this is a thing, and it's not just a thing, it's like repeated by everybody everywhere. Cool. It's a big concept that we're all excited about. And I don't have like a problem with, like, I'll say cool, I'll play the game too, I'll say it inaccurately or whatever, since that's the slang. I don't have the problem with the slang. There is a way that I'm defining it at the end of the day. It's just I happen to think that, like, I know that it exists, I'm not denying its existence, but the way that people use it is fake and it's not true. I mean, but, like, I am kind of denying, just like let's answer some questions about this. Definitely the slang exists. I'm saying it exists as fake, and there's got to be something better we can use ultimately. But let me get to my point that I'm saying about this, which is that there's no, when you try to fill in the social temperature spectrum, the rest of it, we use warm to mean like somebody who's inviting or welcoming, like nice to be around, like lightly positive, good, like a warm person, easy to be around. Like it's almost like you're describing somebody who's cool. But warm, as we've defined it, because cool is much more popular than warm. So we have to start with cool and then derive opposites after that. And so as somebody who's warm then is somebody who's uncool, right? Because the temperature came first. You can't just... I'm saying like... And you might be saying like, no, that's different. You could use cool to say something completely unrelated to the temperature. That's not how words work. That's not how language works. But like... It's nothing but a mess when you try to look at all the rest of it. Like somebody who's hot is somebody who's really attractive. But yet we'll use hot to mean somebody who's angry and isn't cool because they're not being chill. Like, which one is it? I'm sorry, but cool. But like that's the reason that everybody laughs at puns, is because like there is a connection there, because there is something true about it that makes you laugh when somebody unearths something like a connection between words. It's like, but we laugh because of the truth of like the word does mean the other one, but like the coincidence of those two things being the same makes people laugh when people make puns out of it and whatever. But it's just like cool is a cult. It's a cult, and it's like people trying to get everybody to be cool and commit to activities that don't infringe on other people. Like, be socially acceptable. In fact, be cool. In fact, don't do anything. Just be cool. Cool down. Don't be angry, hot, and uncontrollable. Whatever. It's like, be cool. Be chill. This is just like a policing that everybody does to everybody. It's like, oh, you got to be cool. And it's just very... And it's not just when people don't recognize warm, but like... Uncool gets no credit at all. It should be given credit because it should be seen as cool to be independent and be outside of the group and not be like, oh, like, you know, being bad. It's like the thing is that people have broken down good and bad in this way that I'm hoping they'll do with cool, which is like, so you can see that what I'm saying is realistic. It's realistic to change people's opinion, to give some credit to uncool. But you know that cool is fake and it's a lie when there is such an overabundance of uses of cool and no uses of its opposite. It's like, oh, you never get to be uncool because that you always have to be cool. Even when something is uncool and people start to like it for being cool, they don't even recognize that it was ever uncool. Like when it was like a fashion trend that becomes popular. We're just like, before that was a fashion, everyone would have been like, ew, that's uncool, that's not popular. But then it becomes popular, people just say it's cool, never recognize that it existed as uncool, that uncool is cool in any regard. And it's like, I'm saying that it should be cool to be seen as uncool a little bit, the same way as like we've recognized that with bad and good. We've started to do that where we're like, bad is good, or like it's cool to be bad or to be edgy or to be cutting edge. Or like when a girl is hot, she's bad. And we've recognized goods with bad because it's like, I'm telling you that it's a lie when you see this over stigmatizing of the wrong thing. We do it with wrong too. Another one of these things is right versus wrong. Yeah, I'm trying to not look like a prick or whatever. I'm trying to look cool. I'm not looking cool though. I probably look uncool. Arguing for uncool this much, I hope I look uncool. I should look uncool doing. I should not be worried about looking cool while doing that. But it's just that like uncool, obviously we should see it as cool to be somebody who doesn't go along with the group at least a little bit. I mean, that should be given some credit. But it's just like there's a cult activity going on, and it's like people trying to get other people to die because it's just like when you're cool, that's when you're closer to death. When you're cold, you're dead. So why is everybody saying that cool is such a great thing to be? It's like, oh, commit to less activities, just stay at home, be cool, be a dog, you know? Be a dog, you're always at home. You're always obedient, you always follow the rules, you're cool. Dog, I'm saying that because dogs are always cool. Dogs are always cool. Cats are always cool. Because we're cool with them. We're cool with them because we control them and we tell them where to go. It's like, be cool. I'm telling you, this is a cult. And it's a cult. It's like you might as well tell people to like die and be inactive because 98.6 degrees isn't cool. And it's like, that's hot. So like, what is it? Do I want to be alive? I feel like being alive is cool. That should be a prerequisite for doing anything cool to begin with, is being like really warm, being 98.6 degrees. So like what, like the shit that people are talking about with this is complete bullshit. Like it doesn't, there's nothing consistent about like where you try to fill out the rest of the spectrum, which you have to do because you can't just arbitrarily pick a range. Be like, this exists. That would be like if we found out that red was a color and then never filled out the rest of the color spectrum. It was like because we were pretending that it didn't exist, like willfully with an agenda. Because we're like, oh, we need to keep cool around so that we can keep people controlled. Because it's like, you really don't have to go very far in looking at this problem to be like, oh, why aren't people saying warm? It's because people are telling other people, is like, oh, that's silly to think that warm would be related to this at all. It's silly to talk like warm should be related to cool. It's like, you can't have one without the other. So there's no opposite of Jesus either. But it's like, right, saying that people are right is another one of these. I mean, cool is fine. It's just that I think that cool is for the unknown. Because the unknown is better than the known. But people, the unknown is better. That's what is actually cool, but we call that uncool. It's better, it's deeper. Wrong is better, it's deeper. There's a lot more there. There's a lot more information there. It's the big mysterious unknown. It's the big undefinable. That which is wrong. That which is uncool. That which is unknown, you know. I like that better. That goes deeper. But it's like people want you to stay within the cool world. Stay within the what we already know world. But I'm just telling you, like, I know that cool exists. I can't deny, like, it's just like, but I'm just saying that uncool is better. Uncool is better. What we call uncool is better. Like, that's the actual cool. That's the thing you actually want. But like, we over stigmatize like wrong or evil. Like, evil is always evil. It's never good. Like, there's instances of evil that are good and positive. There's instances of uncool that are positive. But you recognize that some weird lie is going on when people always got to maintain the one side of the two. That's when you know it's a lie. Just like where popularity has run amok. And there's like, oh, it's gained a monopoly. It's gained 100%. I don't know. I mean, that's not necessarily the truth. 100% adoption doesn't mean it's a lie. That's not what I mean. But I mean, I am kind of like a prick. I mean, look at me, I'm a prick. Is that the thing that we're trying to not be out here, is like a prick? That's another one. It's like, oh, you prick. It's just like one of these words that is like everyone has decided that, well, you don't want that to apply to you. Arrogant. Arrogance is like vapid, airy. It's an airy nothing of a word. Nobody can back it up with anything. That word does not cut deep because it has like no... Like, nobody knows what it means. That's why people say it. Like, oh, you're arrogant. You know what that means? That means think you're hot shit. But like, what does it, like, what is it related to? Or like, it just sounds airy to me. Arrogant, like, oh, you're putting on airs or you're pretentious. It's like, yeah, it's same, and it's the same thing as you using that word to try to criticize me. It's just as airy and useless a word as you're saying that it is to me, because everybody uses it all the time to describe somebody that they don't like. It's just something you say to somebody you don't like to try to get them to think, because it's like the word has as little impact as you're saying my attitude of it is. Like, you're calling me fake and inconsequential or whatever. You're arrogant. It's, the word is just as inconsequential. Like, there has no impact. You could say it, I could say it. It's just like, it's a dumb not shitty. It's just like a useless kind of word. But like prickishness runs amok in central Ohio today as white man yells his own perceived truisms about what is cool. White man obsesses over cool to the point of exhaustion for himself, to the point of falling into the traps that he's saying other people fall into or whatever. I fell into my own trap. I'm cool. I don't think. I mean, I don't really know. It's just like when you're doing your own podcast monologue. Like, of course, you're really at risk of falling into your own traps or like being a hypocrite. Like I talked shit about Shane Gillis in the last episode, y'all. I don't do that. I don't do that every episode. And I'll tell you, in honesty, I'm embarrassed afterward to be like hating on somebody who's accomplished so much more than me. It's just that I've watched a lot of Red Bar. Red Bar is a guy that makes fun of podcasters, and he's not a comedian. And he'll make fun of all the comedian podcasters that are big now. And I just kind of like want to be like him. And I'd make an episode like that. I can be like Red Bar. I'll make fun of people. And I realized that I don't think I could do that consistently because that's just like I just don't have that ability to hate on people all the time. But the episode is titled Hate, so that clears me of responsibility of wrongdoing or whatever. It was wrong. It's wrong or whatever. I broke the law. You can't hate on people who have achieved more than you. That's how authoritarianism works. You have to respect authorities. And that does not derive from the church law. This is not explicitly a church function that the rest of the world is doing as a result of knowing what the church does. It's like the church has such shitty style, but yet everybody gets judged. Everybody thinks they have to answer to them. But they have so many people that they act like the police, and people are like, okay, yeah, well, you are the police. Like, listen to contemporary Christian music. Recognize that we're the world. We've got this on lock. We don't have to worry about these Christians, all right? We don't have to worry about them. And you probably think, oh, we already aren't worrying about Christians. Yeah, you'd be surprised. You don't know what I know about it, and I'd love to tell you, and I've been telling you, but like I've got the wisdom of an ancient eunuch times 10. 30 ancient eunuchs, 40 holy men from the Amazonian rainforest, and like 15 Sherpas. I got like, that's the wisdom. I got the wisdom of all of those collected in one brain, and that's how the gods made me. And you're lucky for me to be talking to you and to be relaying all of this information. I was Tibetan in my past life, in my most previous life. I was Tibetan, and I went underground to speak with the civilizations that live underground, and they told me to go forth and speak their wisdom, speak the gospel of different species and the importance of alien-human relations, and that people need to be spoken for. And they were like, don't just speak for the surface world people, speak for the people who live within. And so I make it my mission to be one of the only people who recognizes the importance of those that dwell within, and that the dwelling within existence isn't figurative or imaginative or ethereal, but that it is real, that the voices in your head are real, or something like that. Inward is not just something that you have thoughts about, but those thoughts are real instances spoken by real people that live in some real place somewhere. That's real. It's real. The thoughts, it doesn't just become fake just because it's happening in your head. There is some truth to this that I'm saying, but it is like, I'm bullshitting. But I'm bullshitting in a way that makes you think. I'm telling you that. And the things that you think about it are real. And it's real, whatever. I'm bullshitting in a way that makes you think. But it's like, the person who says that sentence, we should just drag into town square and death by firing squad. The things I'm saying make you think, Somebody who says that, and do I say that with seriousness or with irony? Or both? It's obviously both. It's like both. We can't tell if you're telling a joke or if you're lying or if you're telling the truth. It's both, idiot. Well, let me answer the question you already know the answer to, which is it's both. Like, and don't put that on me. Also, like, congratulations to me. Don't ask me some dumb question about it. Give me a reward. Give me praise for accomplishing that, because that's the goal. Is to be confusing. So like, oh, you didn't figure me out. I wasn't predictable. I was cool. I was cool. I wasn't obvious. Give me praise. Don't be like, what's wrong with you? We can't tell if it's a joke or if it's the truth. Well, clearly it's fucking both, because that's what you said. Because I'm not the one who perceives me. It's like, don't act like there's a problem here. It's like, oh, I'm being perceived and that's your perception. What the fuck does that have to do with me? Why are you asking me questions about your own perception? That I can't, do I live in your heads that I'm viewing this too? That I would actually be able to give some sort of accurate commentary about this? I make you think, but people's beliefs, I'm really at my podium today. I'm fucking preaching a sermon. I'm preaching the sermon tonight, y'all. It's the sermon that I preach, and I am the Sir Man. I'm the Sir Man. Welcome to Math U. That's what I want to do. Let's create a channel called Math U. Like, this is Math U. And then I just speak all of the, just like theoretical math that isn't true to real math. Theoretical math is better. That's my theory. My theory is that theories are better. Theoretically, it's true. Given, when you think about the theory of it, it is theoretically... Could be true. Theories could be true. Have you heard about that fact? Have you heard of that fact before? People use beliefs wrong. I'm telling you, like, the unknown is better. That's a belief I have that deals with the unknown, because I don't know about the unknown. And that's what beliefs are for, is for making guesses in the unknown. It's like, I think uncool is better because that's the unknown. That's a guess. Cool is, but like, it's based in like, look at the bullshit of cool. And that's what beliefs are for. They're not for like, they're guesses. They're for pretend. So you shouldn't devote your entire soul to something you believe in. It's the same with faith. You shouldn't use faith for your eternal soul. That's not something that should be... That is a bad idea to combine it with religion. But, like, that's exactly where... That's the place it goes. That's the place it falls. Religion is the one who has captured faith and captured beliefs. And they're just, like... They've got it in chains in their churches. They've locked up belief. Belief didn't do anything. They do the same thing with Jesus. Jesus didn't do anything, but all the Christian churches have him locked up, and they're just, like, siphoning off energy from him like he's... like their solar panels to the sun or whatever. Like, they've got Jesus locked in their basement in shackles, and they're just like using him for whatever they want. It's wrong. He's not even here. He's like, rest in peace. It's not right. It's not right to take a ghost and be like, this ghost is amazing, and then tell everybody else in the world that you're not allowed to believe in. Like, ghosts aren't real. What about Jesus? He's a ghost. He ain't come back forever. He ghosted everybody. And they think he's going to come back. It's been 2,000 years. You don't say that somebody who's been ghosting you for 2,000 years that they're about to arrive back. He's a ghost. Like, he's not here anymore. You can't be like, he still lives. Where is he? I thought all the people that we said lived were, like, alive and, like, in front of us. They're all on the earth, too. They're not like, he's alive, but he's on Jupiter. Like, all of the people that we say are alive are in front of us, or, like, we've traced them in some regard during our lifetimes. Jesus is just a ghost. And so, like, ghosts aren't real, though, and don't talk about it. What about this? What about the very obvious spirit of this guy that's, like, impacting everyone's life, and he's a ghost, and he's, like, influencing the behavior of everyone. I mean, Christians directly, and then all of the rest of us indirectly. Like, oh, ghosts aren't real, huh? Oh, okay. What about the guy whose spirit that Christians trapped in there by the power of the cross that you can't cross because they crossed it? I mean, like, I'm just saying, like, they're doing that with beliefs, and they're doing that with, you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm telling you? They're doing that with beliefs. They got beliefs. They got faith chained up in their basement, and they're abusing it. They're like, faith is for this. I'm saying, like, faith is just a crumb. It's just like, have faith that there's aliens millions of light years from here. You haven't seen it, you don't know. That's what you have faith in. That's what I believe. Have belief for shit that you don't think will even have, like, just guesses. You can use belief for things that are like complete guess. You're like, oh, there's only about 2% chance that that's true. Don't use it for your soul and be like, this is 100% true. I believe it. That's not what belief is for, just like factually speaking, evidentially speaking. Belief is a no evidence kind of word, same as faith. You don't use it for things that are like, this is very evident. That's completely backwards. Same thing as cool, same thing as right, same thing as God. Satan is the real one. Like, wrong, evil is better because that's the one that everybody's pretending doesn't exist or whatever. It's the ones that everyone is pretending like, oh, we're not going to go into evil because that's so evil. People are just superstitious. They're standing over their shit. They're standing over it. That's what I'm talking about right now, is superstition. I could talk about superstition for so long as people stand over their crap. People stand over their thing to control it, to manipulate it just how they want. They do that with Jesus. They're superstitious. Ghosts, evil, scary shit, and scary. It's cult. They want us dead. The people, the community people, the people that are endlessly communal, endlessly societal, abide by society, follow the rules. They want you dead. They want you dead so you don't ever break a rule. They don't ever have to deal with you. That's part of what goes along with that mentality of like, always do shit for the good of everyone else. You know what? Why don't I just die and then I won't get in anybody's way? It's like, then you don't have to worry about me benefiting everybody all the fucking time. Like, it's like you have to be cool. You have to benefit the community. Be generous. You have to be part of the society. You have to be part of the inside joke. You have to be part of the cult, or else you're a rule breaker. Rule broker, or you're uncool, or it's just like sad for you. Or it's just like sad for you. Do not be sad out there, bros. You guys are you're not my bros. You're my sisters. Don't be sad out there, sisters. You're my sisters-in-law. And my brothers in Christmas. Brothers in Christ. Holy Christmas Christ. He's my favorite Christ that dies on the cross of all of them. My favorite Christ that dies on the cross at Easter time is Jesus Christ. My favorite Christ that everybody is like, this is Jesus Christ, is Jesus Christ. My favorite Christ that was born in a manger and his name is Jesus is his name shall be called Yahweh, Elohim, El Shaddai, man of honor, good guy, best man at your wedding, Jesus Christ. Really good dude. And now presenting really good dude, Jesus Christ. That's what they'll say when he comes back to earth. When he comes back again. Seriously, one of the best guys, like, he's such a good dad and all of that. His name shall be called, whatever you call it, Jesus. So it's like, and whatever it is you say about it, Jesus. And then, but do all of the shit you want, but then also the guy that you're not better than is Jesus. For your entire life, do it all, live it out, die, do whatever, like, be a marketing consultant, like go whatever, meet a famous person, shit like that, have a story about this time that's something cool, whatever, take your family to Disney World, all this, like, fucking, you know, play rec league basketball, do it, live and die, and then the guy that was always better than you the whole time, then once you're dead, would be like Jesus. So and then when you're dead, we'll be like Jesus. We might even put a cross on your grave. We'll probably hold it in a church that has a cross on him. But once that's all done, yeah, it's like whatever, bet on sports and shit, like have a fantasy football team, whatever, mow your lawn, shit, like fill out, go, whatever. Eat a new kind of Pop-Tart, like, oh, you didn't know that one existed. Or do everything. Sure, but then when that's done, we'll be like, and then remember the guy that was better than him the whole time was Jesus. And then we're going to throw dirt on you and be like, fuck you, Jesus is cool. But we're not going to say that. We're just going to politely imply that you were not as good as this other guy the whole time, and that's what your life amounts to. For whatever, for like if you were Christian or you get buried under Christian circumstances, especially, but just even everyone, because there's like a Christian tone over even just people who die who aren't Christian, especially in America. Like, well, and the spiritual ghost that we've captured for very many years, we use the power of that, we use the spiritual power of that, to say we don't have to worry about you. And ultimately, your influence doesn't have impact more than this other guy who is more important than you, and that's what we're going to say first once you're dead, because, well, remember Jesus. But you're going to do Jesus. Now we're going to do Jesus. Especially now that you're dead, you can't speak for yourself. Jesus was better, and he has more influence than you. I feel like that's what's going to happen to me when I die with my family. They're Christian enough. Like, well, but, I guess you didn't beat Jesus. It's not fair! I want to beat Jesus so bad, and that's why I'm the Antichrist too. And I'm not that anymore, but I am. I just like, Jesus. Who cares? Who cares about Jesus? Don't let it get to you. But it's just like the emotional impact of like whatever, like Good Will Hunting or whatever. It's not your fault. And it's not like tears for a guy that doesn't. Whatever. It's just kind of, that's scary too. It's all scary. Everything's scary. Matt Damon is scary because like he has to live the entire life in the shadow of that character, and like he can't look in interviews like he's smart. Like he probably is like that, or he saw himself that way. Like, I'm a guy with all of this esoteric, cool theoretical wisdom that I can share. Like, I can speak fast and talk smartly about politics, whatever. Like the guy, that's probably what Matt Damon does a little bit in real life. He's like afraid, whatever, of looking like that the entire rest of his life because he lives in the shadow of this character, and it's scary that he is like has to be. But just that he wrote that character, and like Louis C.K. has a bit about it where he's making fun of Matt Damon for writing himself to be the guy that gets in all the fights and is like the most lovable character, because it's completely ridiculous when you think about it. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck wrote this movie of like propping up Matt Damon to be like the coolest, most lovable man ever, whatever, guy ever. And it's scary that Matt Damon would write that, and like that isn't a true story at all, because people who really have those problems, it's not fixed after like 4 therapy sessions. So the movie is just really a big fictional tale. It's really just a lie. Not that that's a problem. Like the scene where they're crying is well acted and it points to something cool. Like, oh yeah, we do need to fix the problems of people who have these problems. It's just that like Will Hunting is a lie of a character. He's a clown if he gets fixed after 3 therapy sessions. I'm saying like that reflects really poorly on Matt Damon over time, because I realize, but like, it's kind of clownish to write yourself as that, and he's rolling around in his car with his group of friends who are all clowns, because it's like Casey Affleck made a movie in the same regard 15 years later called Manchester by the Sea, where he's now the very lovable guy who gets into fights, and it's all Boston and all of that, and it's just kind of like clownish to prop yourself up that way in front of people, like look, see, I am this way, to be the lovable. It's just to be like the lovable guy. I'm not even gonna go into it because I don't want to be the lovable guy, to paint that picture for people, and you're that character for people, like that's who I am. I'm saying it goes more than, it's like, it's not fictional. that Matt Damon is that guy. He is that guy. That's the way I see movies. That's the way I've come to see and realize there. It's like the actor is the person, whether you agree with me or not. But that's part of why I'm saying he's like a clown. Is because Will Hunting is a clown. If he's lying about having those problems, if he gets fixed that easily, because those real life problems, that doesn't make you likable. People turn away from that. It doesn't make you popular. It doesn't make people sympathetic to you. It's like real life problems of like people don't see in me what I see in myself or whatever. When that's actually a problem, people don't like it at all. It does not make you like. It's not cute and it's not funny. And it's not cool. But it's like, tell it to me. Tell me the thing that makes me upset. Yeah, see if I cry. Tell me the thing that was just so bad that like, oh, I bet he's crying in his car after that, or whatever. It's like, does that happen? And to what and like when it does, it should or whatever. Like that's not like what is the end goal of criticism? I'm saying like what. Yeah, like if you affect somebody, I feel like the end goal is to like. Eventually, we'll convince them that they are to be ridiculed entirely. Maybe if we just keep calling them a dog, they'll believe that they are. They'll start to think it. I would just say it subtly. Reward them for being it. It's good to be a dog. Good boy. That's what we call people. Like, oh, you have that dog in you. Ah, it's good to be that. Good. You will be respected. You're a real man because you're like a dog. That's what the real men out here know to be good. They're like, oh, whatever. Like they follow the rules. They're not losers. They're not clowns. That just like we love dogs. And do you want to be loved? You're a dog and whatever. It's like people are just, I'm saying that criticism is more nefarious than people give it credit for, but it's like if you're outside of it, it's all just kind of a joke. This is what criticism is. And I'm sorry that I act like a prick with my arrogant words, and it's all good. I wonder how this episode comes across. I don't really know. It feels different from all the other ones I've done, but because of my love for myself and whatever. Anyway, thank you very much. This was great. I love having you on. Love having you aboard. Bye. Sorry about that.